What is up? It's your boy the Knologist. We're back doing another session of what's it called? It's another code study session and OSRS AFK training. So we're gonna do the next lesson on the boot dev HTTP client side, learn HTTP clients. So Instagram would be pretty terrible if I had to manually copy photos. And then here we did printf, print string, run, submit. Boom, that's correct. Let's go to the next one. HTTP requests, lesson 2. Okay. At the heart of HTTP is a simple request response system. Requesting the computer, known as the client, asks another computer for some information, the server. The server responds back with the information. Let me add this to my notes. So this will be client and server. Request response. Okay, and then which comes first, the request, because you're asking for information from the server. Let me just check to make sure my screen's not frozen. Perfect. So client server, let me highlight this. So there's client and server. And then we'll ask about specifics on how requests and response work. Okay, simple question and answer for system. Okay, so what bugs are on Jello? Fix bug down, improve auth flow. Nice. HTTP powers websites. HTTP, or a hypertext transfer protocol, designed to transfer information between computers. Okay, there are other protocols for communicating over the web. HTTP is the most popular. So put HTTP most popular, and I'll put powers the web. Powers the web. There are other particularly great for websites. Browser make an HTTP request. The server responds with all that text, images, and information. Okay. So now I'll create a more detailed diagram based on this. Client computer, server. Because all servers are stacked computers basically, and you're basically making a request to another computer with all that information. So that's why when you see those stacks. It kind of looks like pancakes here. Like this is the server. So one user types in address. User types in website 2. Computer makes HTTP request. Three, website server responds. With HTML, CSS, JS. That's pretty much it. So let me just unfreeze my screen. I'm always prepared for the screen to freeze. What the answer to this question? Website data is requested over which protocol? HTTP. HTTP URLs. URL, a uniform resource locator. So let's call that URL. Uniform resource locator. Okay. Is the address of another computer. Or server. On the internet. And part of it tells the server information what we want. Part of the URL specifies where to reach the server. What information we want. Interwebs. URL represents a piece of information on some computer somewhere. We access it by making a request and reading the response. We make requests and read response. And here we'll get HTTPN : www dot so there, and then interweb. So if you imagine the web, I'm just going to share my screen real quick. This is a URL. The URL represents one of these computers. The web is just a bunch of computers. And basically we use this URL to be like, I want to go to this computer. And then whatever that slash is, so if you go slash it's basically saying get the books from this computer. So that's in a nutshell what we're trying to do. This is server response, HTTP at high level, specifically what it does, and how we access information with a URL. All using HTTP. So the next thing, let's go to the next lesson. Or we got an assignment here, let's try to finish that. Get issued data to be a bit more flexible. It now takes a URL as a parameter. This is the URL. Boot dev API issue. Try running the code in its current state. You should notice an error because the URL we're using is invalid. Okay, run it. JSON character, invalid character looking at slash. Looking for beginning of value. Learn HTTP. And then fix it. Okay, so it's invalid JSON character. What is going on here? Invalid slash character looking at beginning of value. Line 8. Indenting JSON. Prettify string. Let's try that. Oh, encoding JSON. Do I not have? Because it's HTTP colon slash slash. Makes sense. Based on this, like look at this URL, boot dev. Maybe it's API I got to remove. Error prettifying the data, invalid character. Fix the code so that the call to get issues. Oh, the call to get issues data uses the provided issues URL. Okay. Oh, right now this isn't taking in anything. It's not doing anything. It's just an empty string. Let's reset the lesson. There we go. I was like, okay, the URL is correct, but when we reread this, the get issue data, is it working? So you have to go to this function and feed it the URL. Submit. Perfect. URLs in HTTP. specifies the HTTP protocol. Specifies the HTTP protocol used for communication. Other communication protocols use URLs as well, hence the Uniform Resource Locator. This is why we need to be specific when making HTTP requests by prefixing the URL with this. Okay. Is the only protocol that uses URLs? False. There's other ones. HTTP request response client, computer making an HTTP request. Server responds to the request. Client could be both server, computer can be client, server, or neither. Describes what computers are doing within a system. Clients and requests receive responses. Servers receive requests. Clients send, servers receive. Yeah. Client, server, both, or neither. And then clients send and receive requests. So I'm going to put send plus receive. Servers receive requests. And send responses. So both of these could be a computer. It's just that it depends on what it's assigned to in the system. So I'm going to put in brackets here relative to system for the client server both or neither. Does the example code act as a client or a server? Okay, let's check this. This will be maybe our last one of the day, unless there's another quiz question. Okay, main server. Get user data, get. I'm requesting user data just by this. And in the description here, clients send requests and receive responses. So I'm requesting data. I'm not sending data. So I'm a client. The computer responding to requests at the URL is a server because it's giving data. It's receiving the request to get data and it's sending the response back. So it's a server. And there's a bunch of these. So we'll continue in the next lesson. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment below. I'll be making a bunch more of these. And yeah, we'll be going through all the Golangs for client server. We did the intro Golang stuff, and yeah, I hope to do a bunch more of these. If you like this content, yeah, like, sub, comment, give me your feedback. Peace.